If experience says anything, if it is true, they'll bring back Michael. They're going to try and reload and put the band back together again.
Let's talk about Church Militant. So it came out, has it been 2 weeks now, a week and a half, maybe just a week? I'm not even sure. I lose track of time. That the board at Church Militant basically ousted Michael Voris. They didn't reveal why. They just sort of hinted at sort of health, medical, wellness type of things. But since it's been revealed that something far more nefarious has happened, can you catch us up?
Yes. So basically, since a few years ago, according to Christine Niles, that he started failing in showing up for his prayers, for leading the rosary, other spiritual activities, and that's when things started to begin to go south. In the end, ultimately, he was let go, and then David Gordon bailed ship a day or two ago after that. And it's been a heck of a mess that's been left behind at Church Militant. Of course, they've also been having some fundraising problems. So a lot of stuff has come in, and people are piling on. And I understand due to some of the journalistic vindictiveness that has come out of Church Militant. Now, I have to pause and say, I get along well with Michael and the folks over at Church Militant. I disagree with their style of reporting and how they chase other people, but it is what happened, and we're in this mess that we see what's going on. It seems to be that they're trying to clean it up. But right now, it's just a bunch of other people commenting, and Christine Niles also just issued another correction about her involvement of a trial that was going on, that is still going on. So it's getting kind of sticky out there for Church Militant fans that are trying to follow all this.
Yeah, they're in a lawsuit out of New Hampshire that doesn't seem to be going well for them, which causes further financial difficulties. And that was one of the issues is Michael Voris, according to some of these former employees that I've been watching, getting their comments, his behavior in the pit has been really, really bad. He tends to be really mean and rude to his coworkers there, his colleagues.
The guidelines within Church Militant, one of those is that he was not being monitored or kept track of his activities. There were no repercussions for what was going on. In addition to that, a lot of people were working with slave wages, and while Michael Voris, was continuously given pay raise after pay raise without explanation, just out of the blue. Now, all this is coming from one source, that's David Gordon, so take it with a grain of salt. But not to not to belittle any of the information that's coming out. Basically, it was so bad that even Christine Niles resigned November 10th, followed a week or a week and a half later I'm losing track of time here, Michael Voris was kicked out. Now, my understanding is that Michael Voris is out. He's been fired. He's been kicked out. What's going to happen is they're going to give 9 months, 12 months for things to settle down, and then they'll bring him back. Now, that is also being alleged that he's going to go on a rehabilitation outing excursion and then come back to the board and continue with Church Militant. Now this sounds like hearsay and gossip. Of course, it's coming from only two sources that I understand, but at the same time, Michael Voris is still on the board, even though he is not a voting member of Church Militant.
Yeah, that's not a good sign, I would argue. Definitely not a good sign.
No.
And David Gordon and these former employees have pointed out the hypocrisy in the reportage. He's living a double life while he's also reporting on priests and bishops living this same, active homosexual lifestyle.
Yeah, it does not paint a good picture. A lot of this has been already double-checked and looked into. So it is hard to find. I can understand if it's hard to find any sympathy right now with Church Militant, but the record speaks for itself. I do hope. My opinion is they probably should rebrand and get a new leader to go in there to take over. But right now, it's just a mess. It's a hot mess. Well,
there's an offer on the table, Tito. Joe Gallagher, former employee over at Church Militant, has made an offer to purchase the organization, to purchase its employees, to purchase all of its equipment. and to rebrand it. There's no word as to whether or not the board is ever going to decide to do that, but he's trying to make that offer to see if they can't save it because, they had 70 employees. They're down to 35, so they've lost half of their organization. I don't know. If they don't do something, it's gone, in my opinion, because at the end of the day, people do like great organizations, but I think they like them because there are great people that work at those great organizations. There has to be someone to lead the way, to carry the banner.
Yeah, it won't. Even if it comes back as Church Militant, I don't. It's been diminished enough. Unless Michael, if it is true that Michael Voris is coming back, I don't think it's going to happen because he's done a lot of great damage. And to think that they're going to bring back somebody who's fallen off the wagon already, I believe in second chances. I am all in for Michael to succeed, but business is business, and in my opinion, they really do need to be rebranded and move on. And Joe Gallagher's out there. Maybe another organization, Sophia Institute, may want to come in and swoop in and fix up the act. But they have brand new equipment. They have a relatively new studio. They've got a lot. They've got all the foundation to do something special and outstanding. It's just a matter of what will the board do, and if past precedent is any indication, I don't think they're going to do the right thing because they really let this fester for far too long, in my opinion.
Where does the buck stop? Does the buck stop with Michael Voris, or does the buck stop with the board of trustees? What say you, Tito Edwards?
Oh, it's completely with the board of trustees. That's what the board is for. They're supposed to guide and suggest and tell them where to go, or suggest where to go. And to see all this happening, incident after incident after incident. Also, the poor direction that they were given is, if it is true about the slave wages, that is that's something that comes close to my heart. Especially a Catholic organization. I think part of the board needs to look in the mirror, and many of them need to resign and get in some fresh blood in there and put it in a new direction. If experience says anything, I don't think they're going to do that. They're going to, if it is true, they'll bring back Michael. They're going to try and reload and put the band back together again. But and many times that doesn't work.
Well, I pray for those that are left. I pray that they have a future,
yes,
an opportunity to come back from the ashes. I pray for Michael Voris's rehabilitation, but he needs to stay away. Don't come back, Michael. Stay away.
Agreed.
Just spend a quiet life in chastity, and that will be the best thing for you. But I also pray that if they do come back, to stop attacking traditional Catholics who just want more and not less. We love Holy Mother Church, and we want its fullness, not just a part of it. And for whatever reason, they went to war against traditional Catholics, and I thought that was a big mistake. So let's pray for them and their employees. Did you like that video? It's okay. You can admit it. It's perfectly fine. Hey, we cover the big stories of our day, from inside the church to outside the church to all points in between, and we do it from a Catholic perspective. It's called A Catholic Take. It's a radio program Monday through Friday. We live stream it right here on this channel, by the way, so make sure to subscribe, like, and share. We would be very grateful to you. And don't forget, you're going to want to watch this video right here because you don't want to miss anything.